Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Miss Emily Gourmet Kitchen, episode 3. Can you believe that? It's gone so quick already. Today, I've got so many exciting things to teach you at home, but I will be cooking you the perfect steak. Yes, the perfect steak. How to do it, how long, how to rest it. And we're also teaming up with some beautiful mushrooms and a beautiful poached egg. We're taking a pub classic and making it just that little bit fancier for you at home. So firstly, the steak, we have this beautiful Scotch fillet. Okay, this is a grass-fed Scotch fillet. You can choose any steak you want at home. If you like sirloin, if you like eye fillet, it's completely up to you. The Scotch fillet's got the beautiful eye of fat, if you like to call it, running through the middle of it, and also some beautiful marbling. It is so very important that you keep your steak out at room temperature before you go to cook it. So let's just say you're at home, it's a Saturday, you've just finished lunch, you're having a sandwich, sitting on the couch, go to the fridge, take your steak out of the fridge and sit it on the kitchen bench until you're ready to cook it. Your steak needs to be at room temperature. If you put this steak cold into your pan, by the time the center is hot enough to eat, the outside of your steak will be overcooked. Steak, let's get it seasoned over here now. Firstly, pepper and salt, really important. Just drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. Steaks love pepper, it's just that little bit of heat, okay, very important. Turn your steak over, it's important we do it both sides. All right, we're over here ready to cook our steak. Now, it is so important that our pan is excruciatingly hot, okay? We want beautiful caramelization on the outside of our steak, and that's only gonna happen from a screaming hot pan. And what we wanna do is lay our steak away from us. Oh yeah, that is what you wanna hear. You need to hear that sizzle, okay? That's the steak saying to you, I'm hot, it's super awesome in here, and I'm gonna have the crispiest, caramelized, beautiful outside that you've ever dreamed of. So I'll be cooking this steak medium rare because that's perfect for me, but you can cook it a little bit longer if you like, medium well. I'm going to explain a few little tips of what you can be looking for at home. It might be a little bit daunting, needing to know how long, what to do I turn it over? Okay, that's gone into the pan. Leave it there for 2 minutes on that side. We're not gonna do anything to that whatsoever. Okay, so I can hear the steak behind me, it's cooking nicely, I can hear it sizzling away. What we wanna do is create a nice little haven for this steak to come over and rest. Okay, so we're gonna dress the board a little bit. We're gonna start with some fresh herbs, and our steak's gonna come over here and sit on top of this, and it's a nice place to rest. All those beautiful herbs are gonna wilt slowly. A little bit of olive oil. Okay, we'll just toss those around. A little bit more oil. May look a little bit quirky, but your steak is going to love this. All right, so it's been about a minute so far. I've said 2 minutes each side. A little cooking tip that I've learnt along the way, the little thumb test for you to do at home, okay? This is a really super cool trick. If you just put together your thumb and your pointer finger, okay, and feel that, nice and relaxed, don't tense it. That's basically medium rare, okay? Then if you move it along to your middle finger, that's medium. And keep going down your finger, okay? Your ring finger, medium well. And if you move it to your little finger, that's what a well done steak feels like, okay? Nice little handy hint for you at home. Let's turn our steak. And you can see here we've got beautiful caramelization on the outside, okay? That was 2 minutes. We're gonna leave it in there for another 2 minutes now. You can still hear it's a hot pan, okay? Your steak's caramelizing, it's searing. You can hear it talking to you, okay? Things are happening. The pan's hot, all that salt and pepper's getting nice and toasted on the outside, and our steak's gonna have that beautiful caramelization on both sides. Super, super important. Okay, that's been about 1.5 minutes now, I reckon. Our steak is just about ready. We're gonna chuck a nice knob of butter in there. We're also going to get some rosemary and some thyme. And I'm just going to smash 1 clove of garlic with the heel of my hand. And what we're going to do is now start incorporating all these beautiful flavors. The rosemary and the thyme is going to start roasting in that butter. And you can see that beautiful foaming butter. And this is just going to add that next level of flavor, that depth of flavor we're building now. We're building layers of flavor for our steak. We're just going to spoon some of that beautiful butter over the top. Okay, the butter's infused with the rosemary, the thyme, just that little bit of garlic. We're going to pick that garlic up and just rub it along the top of our steak, okay? It doesn't look like it's going to do much, but trust me, it will. I'm now feeling our steak. It's got a little bit of give, okay? Remember what I taught you at home? We're cooking a medium rare steak, so our pointer finger and our thumb are touching together, okay? Nice and soft, little, okay, just like that. Okay, so we've taken our steak out of the pan now, 2 minutes each side, and now we're going to let it rest. We're just turning it and tossing it in all those beautiful herbs and extra virgin olive oil on our board. Okay, again, we're building flavors. We're adding depth of flavor. We're not just cooking a steak, chucking it on the plate and dishing it up, okay? We're thinking about our food. We're understanding what we're doing. We're understanding that when the steak hits those fresh herbs on the board, they're going to come to life. And that beautiful parsley and oregano and extra virgin olive oil is going to soak into our steak. And while it's sitting there and resting, it's going to release some beautiful juices as well. And that's just going to create the most beautiful sauce that we're going to tip over our steak at the end. So let's sit this here for about 8 minutes. I think 8 minutes is about the right time to rest our steaks. A lot of people will tell you, rest it for as long as you cook it. It doesn't need resting. Rest it for 1 minute. Okay, so there's enough heat in there now to guarantee that it's not going to go cold. So I would say about 8 minutes, and it gives us time to bring the rest of our exciting, delicious dinner together for you. Today I'm going to be making steak and eggs with some beautiful mushrooms, okay? It's winter, it's the most perfect time outside for these beauties to grow. I've got some shiitakes here, oyster mushrooms, and some beautiful little shimiji mushrooms as well. We're gonna do a beautiful little saute with them, a little bit of white wine, and then I'm gonna teach you at home how to poach the perfect egg. Of course, free-range, organic, Walkie Farm eggs. Hey, Jake. So same theory at home when you're cooking your mushrooms as it is the steak that we've already cooked. We want some beautiful sauteed mushrooms, nice and caramelized on the outside, a little bit golden, and that comes about from a screaming hot pan. You can hear that now, look at that. That's that thyme. We've got some thyme in there, and that fresh thyme is going to start infusing our oil, ready to cook these mushrooms. Okay, it might look like a lot, but mushrooms do cook down as well. We need to remember that. What we want to do now is these mushrooms absorbing their very first bit of flavor, so it's important that we get some salt in there, okay, some salt flakes, a good crack of pepper, and we just keep sauteing them for just another minute or so. We've got some garlic and chili here. We don't want to go too early into the pan, otherwise they're going to burn and you're going to have burnt garlic, burnt chili, and it's not a very good flavour to have on our dish. Okay, so you can see this beautiful, nice caramelization that's happening, golden brown. These are frying, these shiitakes. In with our chili, in with our garlic. When you're cooking mushrooms, don't forget these ingredients: thyme, garlic, chili. You can already see now that the chili is bubbling away in that beautiful oil that's been infused with our thyme and our garlic. Nice caramelization. We're going to hit it with just a tiny bit of white wine. Look at that. That's going to start creating a nice little beautiful sauce from that infused oil. Little bit of a toss. Okay, and then what we want to do is just hit it with a pinch of lemon, just a few drops, and that's going to bring these mushrooms to life. All right, so they're done now. All those beautiful flavors are married together. We've got beautiful saute, nice golden brown color on our mushrooms. They're seasoned, a little bit of heat from the chili, the garlic, the thyme, beautiful white wine, squeeze a lemon, and now we're just going to pop them aside while we poach our egg. Okay, one more very important stage to go. We are poaching this egg for the top of our steak and mushrooms. The only thing that I must stress when you're poaching an egg is that you have fresh eggs. No point having 2-week-old eggs in your fridge. The egg must be fresh. Today we are lucky enough to be able to cook with the beautiful Walkie Farm organic free-range eggs. They got delivered this morning. It doesn't get any fresher than that. You can tell by when you crack the egg out of the shell that the white's nice and firm. It's hugging the egg yolk beautifully, and you just know that it's going to poach absolutely perfectly. All right, so it's important to note that our water is nice and still, it's calm, there's a few little bubbles. Okay, remember last time I spoke about angry water? Lots of bubbles everywhere. Okay, dangerous, you don't really want to go near it, it's going to burn you. Okay, this is nice and calm water, happy water, a few little bubbles, it's nice and relaxed, and it's going to poach the perfect egg. Okay, also important, we put just a smidgen of vinegar in there. Okay, we don't need loads. I reckon that's about half a teaspoon. A good pinch of salt, also important. Okay, we're seasoning the outside of the egg. It's going to make your egg taste delicious. It's going to season your egg. There's no point taking it out and putting salt on it, because that's just going to season the surface and not the whole egg itself while it's cooking. Okay, we want a slotted spoon. We're just going to make one movement like that. Okay, we don't need to be whisking it, making all these crazy tornadoes, and there's water splashing everywhere and everyone's going crazy and you're burning all your apprentices. That is bad news. We don't want that. Our egg is cracked. Always crack your egg into a container first. Don't crack it straight into the pot. If you get a bit of shell with it, okay, your shell's going to be in your egg. Egg goes in, gentle water. It's doing its thing. It's going to take about 2 minutes as well. Okay, so all this is happening while our beautiful steak is resting. That's important to note, that all this is achievable in about 10 minutes of cooking, okay? And we're eating a delicious dinner, an exciting dinner, a bit of sexy food in the space of about 12 minutes. Okay, so our eggs in our water, nice little bubbles, 2 minutes time, max, no longer. We're going to take it out, we're going to put it on our cloth, and we're going to plate up this amazing plate of food. Okay, let's plate up. We have this beautiful Scotch fillet here. Okay, it's still warm, it's still hot, it's been resting. You can see here these little juices that's come out of the steak. It's emulsified a little bit with our extra virgin olive oil. Our steak's covered in the herbs. Okay, there's so much flavor here. Okay, so we're just going to make a few little incisions into our steak. All right, so let's start taking these beautiful slices of our Scotch fillet over here. Okay, you can tell it's rested, it hasn't leaked out any blood, it's nice and relaxed. All the juices have mellowed out, they've evenly spread themselves throughout the meat. Make sure you're picking up all those beautiful herbs, okay, all that flavor. Okay, let's grab our mushrooms. I've just returned them to the heat just for another 30 seconds. I've chucked a little knob of butter in there. We use Devondale butter, of course, supporting local dairy farmers, very important. Don't forget, we're reinventing this pub classic steak, mushrooms, steak and egg, whatever you want to call it. This is sexy food at home. And then we're just going to ever so slightly pick up our poached egg, pop it on top of our steak. And we're just going to grab a few chives to put on top. You know my love affair for chives, okay, the best herb in the garden. Just that sprinkling of freshness, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of pepper and salt on our egg. And I can guarantee if you cook this for your partner at home, I promise you there will be some romance a little later on, okay? You just need to crack the egg open, let all that egg yolk run over the steak and the mushrooms, and I guarantee that is going to be the best steak and egg your partner and yourself have ever eaten. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. For everything Miss Emily Gourmet, please follow the link below. Check out our website, Facebook and Instagram.